says Carl.
What in the world is that? I mean, they've never seen anything like it. Hey, it's Jason with Denwerks. Got something pretty cool today. Besides Stanley walking like a, I don't know what he's walking like a big old lug. But hey, we got something really cool. 1953 model 3105 panel. Very original, really cool. Bought brand new in 1953 at Sunset Motor Company in the Dalles, Oregon, by a lumber company called Teague Valley Lumber Company in 1953, and they use it as a kind of an ambulance for their workers, which it actually didn't end up getting used too much. I believe it's got 23,800 miles on it. Don't have any written documentation about that or anything like that, but I believe that it is. Just when I walk around this, I'm going to show you different things and what it was used for with both companies. And it's out with a couple collectors and stuff, and there's just a lot of things about it, but take that with a grain of salt from me, because I don't have proof, but everyone always tries to claim low miles, but I just think some of the condition of this thing and the history of it really shows that. So like I said, in 1953, Teague Valley Lumber Company, and then in 1960 they kind of got bought out by Mountain Fir Company, lumber company, and they ended up selling everything in 1991. So and then I went to the two collectors, which I'll explain here in a minute. I am helping a friend sell this. If you need help, Denwerks, Denwerks. We wouldn't mind helping you sell anything, as long as we can tell the truth about it, and no big stories or anything like that. So we try as best as we can to show everything about it in general, so no smoke and mirrors. It's actually really cool too. On some of the panels on the outside, up on the upper part, you can actually still see the lettering of Teague Valley underneath the paint. Really cool, actually. And there's a little signature underneath the hood. It's just neat. So let's go ahead and show you the lights. See the marker lights. We got headlights, bright lights, and I believe we got blinkers. We don't have blinkers. How come?
No switch.
We don't have a blinker switch, so we don't have any blinkers. Forgot about that. So anyways, if we look at the grill, actually really nice. You can see the paint. I'm pretty sure this is original paint. You can see it's blended off. There's been a lot of touch-up, so there could have been touch-up on it somewhere, but some of the stuff is original to me, for sure, but I believe some has obviously been painted. You can see kind of a little blend there with some primer. Just through the years, I mean, things happen in general. You know, you look at the grill, it hasn't been hit. Originally it came with the little brush guard here in the front. You can see a couple screw holes right there with other things that were put on it. You can see a little paint bleed here with the primer underneath. You know, the hood is in really good shape. Actually pull the vent. I think it actually goes up a little higher than that. Then go down and then go up. Yep, it's got two stages. So go back to the middle. You can see the middle. So it goes in two stages. If you look at the tires, it's got Firestones in the front, and I believe they're Goodyears in the back. And they're older, obviously. 6.0 by 16s. They still have really good tread, and there's not a lot of checking. They look good. That is original paint on the wheels, I believe, and original paint on those hubcaps. And when was the last time you seen an original set in that good a shape? If you look here, bottom of the fenders look good. Thing absolutely does not have any rust at all. It actually looks really good. If you look at underneath here, the bottom of the door, it looks really nice. The bottom of the quarter, Very, very, very nice. We've been driving it around, so it got a little dusty on me here, but running boards aren't original paint. They had been repainted a number of years ago. If you look around the quarter panel here, again, really nice. You can see here there was a little dent. Someone tried to push it out. But around the wheel lips, everything looks good. Here's the Goodyear tires. So after it got sold in '91, it went to the auction. You'll see the auction paperwork and the booklet. It didn't sell there. It had a reserve back then of $6,500. Actually, the auctioneer, who had a little place in Eastern Oregon, he ended up buying it. He knew the family and ended up buying it, and he used it for a little resort that he had there. And then the next owner had got it, had it for a few years, and then he took it to parades and stuff. And then my friend bought it in 2008, and he's had it ever since. And when he bought it in 2008, I think it had 21.6 on it, and then he's put about 3,000 miles on it. So if you look at the roof, again, really nice. You can see the roof gutter, you know, down in here. You can see all the original spot welds going down it. Looks really good. And hopefully you can see here, I can see, hopefully we can see it on the other side. I can see some of the lettering underneath here. Maybe in the shade on the other side we can see it. You can see a little blend mark here that was done. And I think underneath that's probably the black. I think someone touched up some of those areas. It did go through the Historic Society, Chevy Historic Society, and got judged. This piece of glass, even though GM is not the original to it, it actually scored pretty good. And check this out. If someone would have totally gone through this before, they would have replaced this bead. This is original bead, and they don't make the bead like this anymore. This has, it's all cloth. All the new stuff is plastic. So the fenders, I believe, have not ever been off this. I mean, look at the beading here. I mean, it's just crazy. Take a look here in the back, real fast. Go ahead and turn your lights on. All three lights are working. Brake lights, and obviously we don't have any turn signals because there's no switch. Original plate there, sunset motor. And here on the back, and hopefully you can see this, you can see a C, an A, I don't know what it says back here. I can see the lettering right here on the back. I can't see it over here because I think this was, again, we were driving down dusty roads. I can't see any lettering on this side, but I can see the lettering. Hopefully you can see that. That is so cool. You can see a little bit of lettering down here. Very, very cool. You can see here, you know, just paint flaws in general. Overall, it's pretty straight down the side, but there's a couple little waves and little things through the years, for sure. You can see the gutter here. Again, really nice shape. Some of the glass, this has just been touched up along the edges where it's cracked. Not the glass, but the rubber, just been touched up around the edge. We'll show you the interior in a minute. Again, look at the beading, all original. Hopefully we can see that on this side. I mean, I can see the lettering. You can see like an A right there. Let me go on this side. You know, I couldn't catch it with the camera, but when you just look at it right, you can see the lettering right down the side of it. Very, very cool. So I don't know if they sanded it or just painted right over the top, because back in the day, remember, they would have just painted that on there. There wasn't like die cut vinyl or anything. Again, look at underneath here. It's not rusty. I'll put it up on my lift so you can see it. It's really amazing, the condition of this underneath. We did put new shocks on it. It does have the original motor, the 216, and it is stamped. It is VIN, the title is Oregon title, and it's VIN'd off the engine. by the way. We have original paperwork on it that shows that original engine number on the paperwork as well. So super cool. Same on this side. I think the paint came off and someone a long time ago touched it up, but look down the gutter, just crazy. Right here there's a small dent, you can see right here. If you look around the wheel well again, you know, it's just looks like a little blend mark right there, and then also back here, little blend right there, and a little bit blend there. And I don't know, I mean, I don't think the whole thing's been painted, everything, but it's possible. I mean, we're talking a lot of years. So, I mean, what is that, 50, 60, 70 years? I mean, it's amazing that this thing even survived. You know, people use and abuse these things. So this one's been cared for all these years, and it runs like a top. It's pretty amazing. So I'm going to show you some more stuff. Hey, we're going to take a look at some of the paperwork, but first I wanted to show you, we're on Instagram, and Leslie, Mrs. Denwerks, you've seen her, we have a podcast called No Reserve Podcast, and you can get there on our website, denwerks.com. You know, you can just see different things, and we talk about a lot of different things, cars obviously, and marriage and different things. So we just wanted to make you aware of that. And but anyways, I wanted to show you this paperwork real fast. This is original stuff here. You can see owner service policy, but it shows T Valley Lumber Company. You can see there the serial number, engine number, when it was bought new, Sunset Motor Company, which matches up with everything else. And you can see here 1,000 mile coupon, you know, again, all the dates and everything. This is old, some old registrations, not any from that lumber company, but a couple owners, Mountain Fir Lumber Company. This is the original little packet thing that they give you, all written. And if you read right there, I think it says 25, 73, 22. That's probably how much it was new. And there's a 305 Chevy. That's probably keys. And again, you can see the numbers and everything. There's the salesman, Bill Woodcock. And then we have an original brochure. And this is cool because look at the artwork and the lithograph. You know, you don't get anything like this from the manufacturers today. Just really cool. I thought was neat. Look at the artistry there. You know, someone had to paint that, you know, originally. So I just think that's cool. They actually call it the advanced design. These vehicles, you can see advanced design right there, but really neat. Right here is the auction catalog from 1991. There was actually some other cool rigs, 44 Ford Jeep, but there it is, 53 Chevy panel. Original owner's manual, and you can see this is the title, plaque from the Historic Preservation Society when it was shown, their check sheet, the things. A couple things they noted: color is not correct on passenger. It says passenger car pulleys and belt. Mismatched tires front and back. Left driver's window replaced. Everything else was certified. And then the this is the, I'm covering a name there, but that's the vehicle name 3105 panel 53. That's the certificate for it. So anyways, hopefully that gives you just a little overview of some of the neat stuff that comes with it. So we'll show you some more stuff. we're going to take a look at the interior real fast. It's actually pretty nice. We did have the seats recovered. Actually, a battery a long time ago went off and it ruined the seat cover on that side. So just wanted to make you aware of that. So that's the only reason we had the seats recovered here. And we did original stitching. Material's not perfect, right on, but they look really nice. If you look here, the steering wheel is amazing. And this is one of the reasons that I think it's pretty low miles. Usually if you know these steering wheels, the black is worn through all the way around it, and they are usually cracked to death. But look, that's the only wear there. And there's a little bit of wear just right here of the original paint. I mean, you really can't duplicate that. And the steering wheel is not painted. Usually there's humongous cracks right around there. You can just see a little tiny hairline. You can see that. You know, it's very minor. Cut one right there. But this is not a high mileage steering wheel at all. If you look at the original, you know, people can replace these, but I believe these are original, and they're not all worn out, and they're not all perfect either, but they look really good. Parking brake, same thing, original. There's the VIN number there. Again, it's titled by the engine, and this number matches on the paperwork, though they kind of drop off a couple zeros because those are more to them just spacers when it was new. Look at the door jamb. Look at all the spot welds. Look at the bottom of the door. It's not rusty. This is all original here. The rubber. There's a sticker from RPM Motor Company. 20,364 miles. 1/4/1980. Miles on it right now are 23,680. This is for your wipers. They're vacuum, choke, throttle, heater right here. And it does, I can't remember, I think it does light up. You can see that. But the fan isn't working over there. And this is the other one for the, you hear that? If you look back there, that one turned on. And this lights up too. I just wiggled it just a little bit more. That lights up. And that turns off. So, and this is where that vent, you pull that up and down. Hopefully you can see that. Gauges work. Horn works. The brake, it works, and you pull that lever. It's pretty cool. You look at the back of the seat. Again, this thing wasn't beat up. A couple little scratches, but even when I took the seats out, amazing. Underneath the floor mat, you know, you can see that some of the paint's missing and stuff, but it looks clean. This is probably, and I would have to check, reproduction, but nothing else on this thing is. Look at the door handles. I mean, look at that. It's pretty amazing. I'm gonna take a look back here real fast, and I promise we'll go on a ride. Usually I hide Stanley in the back here, but he wouldn't get in. Actually, I didn't invite him. Look up there. This is all original in here, and that light does work. I forgot to flip it up there, but look at all the original panels in here. Just amazing. The floor hasn't been repainted. This is original. Hasn't been hit back here or anything like that. It's amazing looking. You know, I know I call it amazing and stuff. It's not perfect, but this is a nice rig. You can see a little paint overspray here. And that kind of explains, you know, the paint was painted over those doors and why I don't see any lettering here, but I think this was probably blended back here. But It's just really cool. We'll go ahead and show you the other side real fast. Again, look how nice it shuts. You can see the door panel, lower door. Even the rubber looks good for the age. You know, you can see all the spot welds in here. Very clean. Glove box. Sticky a little bit. This little thing here on the heater switch over there on the other side, it was just on the bottom and it came off. You know, this is that warmer that you twist that was on the engine compartment, and it can control this, but it just controls how much heat. Again, the motor is frozen. You might want to take it apart and you might be able to clean it up. You can see a little D-lam on that window. But look at the jams. This seat flips all the way forward. You can see this. So you can go in and out easy. This is a little compartment. You can see. Again, original paint in here. You get to the battery underneath the mat here. Right there is where the battery is. So just actually really, really clean. Oh, here's, I'll flip this light on. You can see that light works. Original panel up here. This has got a little warped. You might be able to take this trim out and then put that back up there. It's possible, but it is brittle. So, but I think if you steamed it, you could get it back up there. So, and it's funny too, it's got one visor here. That was an option. Not all cars back then got two visors. So, pretty neat. So, I am gonna go ahead and show you some more stuff. Hey, we're gonna take a look underneath the hood. Little latch right there. You just pull that, and I think there's another little catch there. Oh, easy. This little thing right there. So underneath the hood, really original. This is original paint, I believe, underneath the hood. You know, because no one's painted the bolts or anything like that. The radiator's been painted, touched up. We put valve cover gaskets or gasket, and we also put the side cover gasket on it. It does still have a little bit of a oil leak. Some's residue, but some's probably going to be maybe from a rear main. So it does leave a couple drips on the floor. Imagine that's like a Harley Davidson. But I just want you to be aware of that. If you look down here, LBA 145680. If you look at some of the Stovebolt websites and stuff like that, it's just another name for these engines. You can see that it has that number is 1953, and the original paperwork shows that is the engine number, and it is titled off that engine number as well, which is kind of common back in the early 50s, 40s, 30s that would happen. If you look at the cowl, really nice condition. It has two heaters, heater underneath the dash, but this is a control warm valve, so this is not hooked up. So there's two hoses that would end up going into to control it. The fan is not working for the front heater. The rear optional one is actually working, and that's where you see these other fittings here. You got two that are running into the regular heater core, and then you got two running into the back there. So really amazing underneath the hood. Original paint underneath the hood as well. And you can see there's not any paint on these little bumpers. You can see there was some original kind of stickers that were here, probably oil change stickers. There is one oil change sticker in the door from 1980 that shows 20,000 miles. we put a new, we painted this as well and put a new filter in there as well. Oil bath, air cleaner, original GM Rochester carb. So just really nice underneath here. And you can see there's no accident damage or anything at all underneath here. So really nice. It does have a manual choke, but this thing usually you don't even have to hit the gas. I mean, it usually starts right up. It's already warm right now, but it just fires up in 2 seconds. So go ahead and start it up. And that's exactly the way it starts when it's cold. So it's pretty amazing. Listen to it. About a coffee cup on here, I put it up there and it wouldn't even shake it. Go ahead and rev it up a little bit. It just purrs like a kitten. Listen, just amazing. Look at the glass filter down there. See? For the fuel, very clean. I mean, mechanically, pretty amazing. Go ahead and rev it up. You can see it doesn't blow smoke. And this is really cool right here. Look at this. 2/10/1953. Now it was sold in July '53. So this was either from an assembly line worker, BR. Please address yourself on the auction if you're there. But BR, or it could have been a pre-delivery inspection when it got delivered new to Sunset. So that's just really neat. We had found. So super cool. So we're gonna go ahead and show you some more stuff. Thanks for cruising around with us in the panel. It actually drives so nice. It's just for 1953, super smooth. And go ahead and work our wipers real fast there. I think it's 2 speeds, I can't remember, but is it just 1? Yeah. So with no water on them, they don't move as fast, but they do work, have good vacuum, and sound good. So it's just a fun car. We did put new shocks on it, so it actually rides pretty good. And we're just cruising here right now. We're just going about 40. You can see the gauges. They're all working. Gas gauge, temp gauge down there. You can see is working. Oil pressure. You know, the odometer just went 23,681. So when we got on the straightaway here, we'll put on the brakes. That should be an interesting ride. I haven't slammed them on before. So go ahead and stop it. Actually, we'll get over this hill. No wheel shake, look at that. And it stopped nice and straight. Really nice. Oh, nice. Couple grinds into the steering wheel. We didn't hurt it. So we're just learning. Hey, so thanks for riding around with us. We're gonna show you some more stuff. Hey, we're going to take a look at the panel underneath. It's actually really clean underneath here. You're going to see all the still photos like normal, but for a long time we've been doing videos underneath, and I haven't really paid attention on the auctions, but I think we were maybe one of the first ones to kind of start doing a video underneath. I could be wrong, but a lot of people don't get underneath here like this. So it's sometimes it's hard to see too, because you know, you gotta be able to point stuff out, and a photo just, it really doesn't do it too good like that. But anyways, thanks for checking this out, and hopefully this will help you, and you can check out things a little closer here. So we did put new shocks all the way around it, front and back. These are Monroe Maddox. You can see there. One of the things too is the frame looks really good. I haven't seen any weird weld marks or anything like that, or repairs. So frame is really good. You can see the frame horns up here look nice. And look underneath here. Up here, the lower valance area, up in front of the radiator support. Really original, no problems. Look up underneath the fender area here. Very clean. And look back here, right behind the headlight area. You know, no accidents. Really nice. And that's original paint. I'm fairly certain that's original paint all in here. Not like it's really nice paint. It's just, it's original. You can see up here it's not, no damage or anything like that. No rust holes. Very clean there in the bottom of the cowl. So we'll take a look here at the other side, behind the headlights as well. Hey, look at that little hornet's nest or bee nest right there. That's cool. Original. So you can look here, that hasn't been any accident damage around the headlight or anything like that. If you look up in here, again, same thing at the bottom of the cowl. Very original. You can see hints of all the original paint there. I'm not seeing any signs either that the fenders have ever been off. And actually right up there we go. There's some more bees. See them? There's no bees in it, by the way. But we'll probably pop those off there for you, or we'll leave them. I'll leave them until someone says in the auction, hey, take them out. So if you look here, you'll see a lot of residue just from Zerk fittings and stuff. Every time it went to a shop or something like that, they'd hit some grease in it in the Zerk fittings, which we'll hit too. You can see a little dampness right around here. I think the radiator has a little tiny leak. You'll see some, and I think it's more around that petcock. You can see right there. But there's a little dampness there as well. We did change the valve cover gasket and the side cover, and it was leaking really bad. And so some of this residue here is from that. I think the oil pan is probably leaking a little bit, but a lot of this residue I think is from, I mean, the side cover was that, I mean, they were over tight because I think they tried to stop the leaking, and the gasket was just gone. So time will tell if, and I don't know if we'll have time, if you want to hire us to change the oil pan gasket before it leaves, then we can maybe talk about that. But I don't know if that's leaking or not. It could be. I did see one little drip back here, but I wasn't sure where it's coming from. But it hasn't been leaking a bunch of oil or anything like that. But you know, the rig's fairly original, so it's kind of expected, some of this stuff. The brake hose, I've handled it. It doesn't look like it's leaking. Doesn't look like it has any cracks or anything like that. And I haven't taken off the wheels to look at the hubs. It stops good and stuff, so I really didn't mess with that. But I think the brakes are probably in pretty good shape, and hoses look good. If you look here at the back of the transmission, you know, again, a lot of residue. Pretty typical. That 321 on there means when I did the gear oil in it, and you can see the master cylinder there. And there's a little, see that little rubber plug? That's how you fill it. You pull the mat back and you can fill it there. If you look here, body mount looks good. It's not rusty, which is amazing. The floors look good. There's a little bit of flake right there, but that's not rust. You can see right there. But inside the splash aprons, rockers, everything looks really nice. And this is probably one of the nicer panels I've ever seen, actually. If you look here, again, Super nice in here on this side. You can see the original wood floor in it as well. These hoses here are for the rear heater I showed you earlier. Battery, and there's the, you can see there the latch cover there to get to it through the top. So original running boards look nice. Gas tank, I haven't seen any patches or leaks. Hasn't been damp or anything like that. You can see the muffler and the pipe. It's got a new pipe on the back. You can see here it continues all the way out the back. Enclosed drive line. If you look here, someone has sealed that in the past, but we did gear oil 321 again on that, and then I just put 321 on that shock to tell when they were changed. But it actually rides really nice down the road, and as I showed you before, just driving and starting it, it does really well. You can see the brake line here, looks good. No cracks or anything in it, just like kind of like the front. Original spare. It's old, but it's nice to have underneath there. Up inside the fenders, again, original paint in here. They look really good and no rust. Underneath the fender here, again, this is areas where stuff gets sandwiched and start rusting out, but super clean. Right here, the trunk drop-off area on the quarter, very, very nice. Sorry I'm spending a little bit of time underneath here. I kind of spend more time underneath than around the car, because this is actually the second thing I look at when I kind of inspect rigs in general, where everything look really pretty on the outside, but you know, we want to see what's inside and structure wise, so that's why I'm kind of spending a little bit more time. If you look here, back there, the drop off, again, really good shape. If you look here, super nice. I do have a little service on my website. It's a little $39 appraisal, and it's really for just more of my advice. You know, sometimes you don't know what to look at. You'll look at an auction on someone else's, or you just need help, or you know, what's the value of this? Am I getting ripped off? Someone trying to scam me? I can see that stuff really fast. So if you just need some advice, a lot of people have been doing it lately, and just a little help, and you like what I see, and just you know, I don't know, I check out rigs a lot, so I'm willing to help you, and it's cheap. So if you look right here too at the bottom of the rocker, no rust, no bubbles or anything like that in the bottom of the doors, which I'll show you. I showed you earlier, but I just wanted to show you on this side too. But yeah, you can just go to the website, and it's $39, and email me, text me, and I'll help you out, and just tell you maybe what your car is worth or something, and just kind of give you a direction to go. So anyways, thanks for taking a look underneath. It's actually in really good shape, and it is a no reserve auction, so we're excited about that. And if you got questions, give me a jingle. Talk to you later.